Good evening.
Good evening. So, what are we up to?
Well, we're waiting for to collect van number 3. So hoping to collect it next Tuesday. Fingers crossed we'll be able to get it then. So in the meantime, we thought we'd tell you a little tale about how we got into van life and how we met.
Yeah. So we met in a bothy called Mosedale Bothy in the Lake District by accident.
By accident. I was out with my mates one Saturday walking, and Billy was out with his mates, and they thought they had the place to themselves. And then us lot came traipsing up the hill with 2 dogs, and we all got together in the bothy. We had firewood, we all had lots of booze and lots of food and stuff. Billy had whiskey for me, so me and Billy shared the whiskey, and my dog enjoyed the salami as well. And if Carlsberg met bothy evenings, then that was one, wasn't it?
So basically, don't drink, kids, because this can happen. That's, avoid whiskey. Might change your life forever. So so we met, and then we went on a date about a month later, didn't we?
Yeah, we went on our first date in York, and I was on crutches.
Yep. So she couldn't run away even if she tried. So that was a fairly easy date. And then moved in together the year after. So I moved from the north, from Newcastle, down here to the south, Yorkshire.
Never thought he'd leave his beloved Newcastle.
Yeah. So I moved down here, and we were campers, really, weren't we?
Yeah, camping, wild camping, walking, hiking. Most of my holidays were going abroad, doing adventure treks and things like that. Been to Everest Base Camp, Machu Picchu. I've done Tube Cow, Triglav, a few other mountains. Basically, mountains, camping, and all sorts of outdoors adventures. And then I met Billy, and he got me into biking.
Yep. So I bought her an engagement mountain bike.
Yeah, I got an engagement mountain bike, and never looked back since.
Yeah. Didn't want a ring because I'd already bought too many previously.
Yeah, so I opted for a bike.
Bad lad. So you've actually got a ring now, though.
I have got a ring now as well.
So scored twice. I didn't get an engagement bike.
No. Well, you're lucky you got me.
I suppose so. Anyway, so that's how we met. And then we get on to our life changed a bit, just by chance, really.
Yeah.
We got into vanning just because an opportunity came up. So we'll tell you about van 1 next.
Van number 1.
Van number 1.
So van number 1 was a T25.
Yeah.
We paid £1,000 for it. It
was
£1,000. It was an absolute rust bucket. I think it had about 3 weeks left on it until its MOT was due. So yeah, it was absolute rust bucket. Really scruffy. But the first weekend we got it, we jumped in and we went away. We went up to Ribbles Head Viaduct, parked up there for the weekend. We parked up the far end of the car park. So basically we were overlooking Whernside. Had a little, we didn't have a fire with like a big candle going, and one thing was sat outside, full moon, Whernside in the distance, and it was just absolutely fab. We fell in love with vans there and then, didn't we?
Yeah, it was great. Nothing worked in it.
Nothing worked.
So I think the gas, it had camping gas plugged into the hobs, so that worked. That was it.
Yeah,
so
we had an oven, we had a grill, we had cupboards, we had a good rock and roll bed, we had a sink, we just didn't have, but nothing, we had a fridge, but nothing actually in it worked.
Yeah, so it was like a metal tent.
Yeah.
So we used to put freezer blocks in the fridge. The wiring and everything in the thing wouldn't take external power. The inside power was all knackered. And then we had to get it done anyway to get through its MOT. So if you see pictures where all the black paint is around the bottom, that's where he's actually treated on top of where he's welded. So if you can see, basically the bottom third of the van was taken away and replaced.
And welded, yeah, to get it through its MOT. We were dead lucky. We found a guy who was like a V-dub enthusiast. So he did a cracking job on it for us, and he only charged us 1,600 quid. Yeah. So we had a working van for 2,600 quid.
With an MOT.
With an MOT. So Billy then painted it with Rust-Oleum.
£50 to paint the whole van.
Yeah, and I bought a set of new curtains, 8 little curtains for the T25. We painted up the inside, tidied it up a bit. And we went all over. In 2 years, we did 4,000 miles in that van. We went to the Alps.
At
we went
55 mile an hour.
Yeah, at 55 miles an hour, getting shouted at in France.
Actually, it's a woman stuck out, I think, V's out of the window in France near the Jura Alps, wasn't it?
Yeah.
She was stuck behind and she wasn't very happy. I can't speak French, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't friendly.
Yeah, but we had a cracking time. We went all over. We went all over this country. And it was just a massive adventure because basically you never knew if you were going to get there or not. The steering wheel was like this big. I was sweating by the time I parked it.
It didn't miss a beat the 2 years we had it.
No.
But we were starting to worry it would start to fall.
Well, it was rotting. Yeah. It wasn't so much the engine. It was the bodywork and the seals, and we were worried
about. Better than when we got it. Yeah. You could see the road through the bottom of the van when we first got it.
We were worried about the door, weren't we?
Yeah.
Do you remember the door started to stick a bit, and it was just bodywork and that. It was probably going to suspension, that type of stuff, wasn't it? But yeah, we had the best times ever in that van. Really
it only broke down once, and that was coming back from its first MOT.
Yeah.
When we picked it up after it passed its first MOT, it broke down, and the accelerator cable had been wired wrong by whoever had it years ago, and it actually had melted onto the engine body, so it stopped working. And then when they tried to fix it on the roadside, the pedal fell off because that was attached by
a door hinge.
A door hinge that had been riveted on. Hey, it worked for a while.
You can fix them anywhere. So yeah.
So that was van number 1.
Van number 2. So first van cost us £1,000 with a bit of welding and a bit of work. Stood us at about 2.5, which we got back for it when we sold it.
Yeah.
But we decided it was time to. We loved Vanlife. We decided it was to go up a little bit in the world.
Yeah, so, something with electricity, lighting, running water, heating, a toilet, a shower, bit more storagey in a normal fashion. Yeah, it was like like people would actually consider a van.
Yeah, no,
we didn't have to get up in the morning and lift sheets of ice from the inside windows and put them out.
No.
That's what we were looking for, that kind of van.
So anyway, you found the van.
Yeah, but we were on a limited budget as well, weren't we?
Yeah, I mean, it was still to me a fortune to spend on a vehicle, because I've never had a new car, never spent a massive amount of money on a vehicle before. But when you think about your camper van, it's like your home. It is your home. Yeah. So we got a Trigana, a Ford Fiat Ducato Trigana Tribute.
Yeah.
I could get that out then.
If you're in the market for a van, have a look at the older Trigano Tributes, because the value of what you get in them, okay, it's fairly basic what you get in them. It's not the top endy stuff, but you get everything you need in a camper van at a reasonable price compared to everything else that we looked at.
Really comfortable, really nice sort of like lounge layout area.
Basco heater, which was all over the van. There was vents in the toilet everywhere, weren't there?
It was so toasty warm. The shower was red hot.
It had a boiler.
Yeah, it had a boiler. Decent sized fridge. It was really comfortable, really homely, and I absolutely loved it. The only downside being we had to put the bikes on a bike rack, which obviously, like, security wise, and like Billy's no spring chicken anymore, we have to look after his back and stuff like that.
We're pretty high up, aren't we?
Yeah, and because we have a lot, we're outdoors people, we've got a lot of, like, outdoor gear, and you come back from a day out, you've got socky wet rucksacks, you've got wet helmets, you've got wet shoes and stuff like that, so you're always trying to find places to put
footwells in showers,
trying to dry stuff out and not mess everything else up. So ideally we were looking for something with a garage.
Yeah, but again, we had this one for 2 years before we bought the next one, and it was still a year after that, so we had this 3 years, didn't we?
Yeah.
And again, we've done a lot of mileage in it.
Been to Morzine, we went to Spain for Christmas. At one point we were literally away virtually every weekend through summer. Campsites, we'd do the occasional free park up, but we went to campsites a lot.
And we do all year round as well, so we're out in winter. So a lot of times I had gigs at the Tan Hill, they turned out to be the day after people got out from being snowed in. We've never managed to get snowed in. We're always the people who turn up the day everybody else gets out.
So we could get up there when everybody else has escaped. Yeah.
So we lost a water pump once up there because it was just freeze fall. We hadn't dropped the water. So always drop your water if it's going to be freezing.
Yeah, was it last Christmas? We went out so many times and it was minus whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, toasty warm in there.
Yeah. So that was that van, and then we get on to van number 3 after that. So what have we got for van number 3?
Another Fiat Ducato.
But a brand new van.
Yeah.
So yeah, we had a plan. We enjoyed it. We were enjoying it, weren't we? And we thought what we'd do is we should upgrade to a new van now and start looking at retiring.
Yeah, and start
traveling.
getting it paid off, and one thing and another while we're still working. Obviously, we're not old, but we're not. We're both like.
We are old.
Well, we're 57.
You're 56.
Yeah, but I'm nearly 57.
Don't make yourself older than you are.
I'm
already dating a granny. Don't make yourself older.
I'm nearly 57. So and another thing is, the prices of vans were going up that much. We couldn't save. There was no way we could have saved the money as quick. Like everything was increasing in price, wasn't it? So much.
From the time we saw the van, to actually physically seeing it, it had gone up already. So yeah.
And then it had gone up again, and then I think there's just been another price hike.
So we did look around. We wanted a reasonably priced van, but what we wanted was something with a fixed bed, with a garage where we can stick things like bikes and guitars and outdoor gear and dry stuff and rucksacks and hiking boots and all that sort of stuff, and a huffy bed.
Yeah, the huffy bed.
So we wanted something like that, but we didn't want to spend a fortune. And then we spotted a van that
we couldn't spend a fortune.
Yeah, we can't spend a fortune. We haven't got a fortune. We spotted a van that ticked all those boxes, be brand new, but we couldn't find one anywhere in Britain to actually see in the flesh.
There wasn't one.
So we went to the NEC, not this February, the
February
before,
23.
Yeah, and we actually went to physically see a van. Now the dealers, gave us tickets to go in early. We got in straight in, seen the van, exactly what we thought it would be, paid a deposit that day, and then
ordered it there and then.
Yeah. And then horror stories of it's going to take 18 months to 2 years. People have been waiting, but then they'd be waiting in the middle of COVID, hadn't they? So nobody was building the base fans in Italy for anybody to convert, etc. So we thought, all right, well, 1.5, 2 years, maybe retire. We'll be all right with that, wouldn't we? But,
well, it was probably going to be longer to start with, to be fair.
Yeah.
I think we were looking at a minimum of 3 years when we first sort of hatched this plan.
And the van turned up less than 12 months after we bought it.
Yeah.
So there was a bit of a panic because we hadn't planned on it coming that early, and we're like suddenly, we've got to sell our van.
And get the money.
But fortunately our van literally went within 3 days because it is a really good value van for what it was. So I think that paid us in good stead. You kept it really clean as well.
Yeah. I'd looked after it. I'd really tried to look after it.
I just constantly getting told off.
Yeah.
Grass on my shoes, grass on my feet. Get your feet off that. Stop that. But it paid off in the end.
Yeah.
So all those years of nagging paid off.
Yeah.
So we've got the new van. It's a Auto Trail Expedition 68. So we've got videos of when we first saw it. We've got videos when we went back this year. Because obviously we'd seen it the once, bought it, never seen another one again. Except we did see one from the outside at a bike festival. But the people weren't around, so we couldn't see it in again. So
yeah, in the whole,
didn't we?
The first time we saw the van again was when we went back to the NEC this year. And that was, I mean, we went to have a good look around, but we really wanted to see the van again. And I'd sort of got really, I really loved my old van so much. I was almost putting myself off the new one. But as soon as I saw it again, I thought, oh no, it is. It's absolutely, it's just fantastic.
The storage is immense.
Yeah, it's just, and to say it's a bottom end price van, the spec is really, really good.
Yeah,
it's just knocks spots off most other vans out there price wise.
So if you watch the video we did at the NEC, we had a look around everywhere, and things with garages that size and space, they were like 150 to 200,000 for a van.
You're hard pushed to find a garage that big.
Yeah.
So
we're really happy with a choice.
Honestly, it's just a stunning van, an absolutely stunning van. Can't wait to get my hands on it.
Loads of adventures.
Yeah.
So we just need to they've got the trays in for the bikes, so I need to get the mounts and get those fitted so we can put the bikes on and slide them in and slide them out. No more me lifting them up the top of the van to keep them out of reach. So that's great. And they're out of sight when you're travelling as well, so they're not on the back. If you go into shops or something, they're out of sight, out of mind, aren't they? So yeah, and then that led us on to a bit of a change of plans. So we'll talk about what's our plans with the vans. Van
With the
plans.
van, we've only got one van.
Should we have van plans? We've got van plans.
Yeah.
Wow! Van plans. So the plan was we'd get a van, we'd get used to it, we'd spend a couple of years paying off a fair bit of it, we'd then look at retiring, we'd go travelling. But then this year, in our old van, we decided to have a little trip at Christmas, and we spent a couple of days getting down to Benidorm, spent a week in Benidorm, and then spent 3 or 4 days coming back.
Yeah.
So ferry, Hull, Rotterdam, nice ferry if you ever get a chance. We've got a video of that. Really, really relaxing way to arrive. None of that going down the country, being stuck in traffic. All the French, to be fair.
Oh, Hull to Rotterdam's excellent. Yeah.
So yeah, we had a great time, and we come back, we thought, oh bugger, do we really want to wait until we're that old before we try and get away? So riding and walking and stuff, we really enjoyed our little trip away. So we kind of decided we'd do it a bit earlier, didn't we?
Yeah, I mean, van life isn't for everybody, but it really, really suits us. We really love it. We love the freedom. I love road trips. I love a road trip. I love, just being able to get somewhere under my own steam. It's just, and it's home from home as well, isn't it? When I'm in my van, I don't need anything, or I don't want anything. I've got absolutely everything I need. I don't miss anything. I just absolutely love it. And I think you do too, don't you?
Well, now we've got a van with a toilet in it, mate. So the first van didn't have a toilet in, didn't love it. Second van had a toilet, loved it. I like a toilet. Might be old fashioned, but I'm getting old. I like a toilet. When I need to get up in the middle of the night, I like a toilet. So yeah, so we kind of really enjoyed it. We don't plan things. We just, we're going that way, don't we? And then we look nearer the end of the day.
We'll just plan. We have a rough plan, and then we wing it, don't we, really?
We don't do tolls. We do back streets and stuff, and see where that takes us. And we've stayed in some brilliant places on the trip.
Fantastic. Fantastic airs, beautiful little medieval villages.
And they were free as well. Yeah. So you look at it and go, well, you're spending a bit in the village, but you're getting free accommodation in return for that. You can actually afford to live like that a bit better than just staying on campsites all the time and stuff. So a mixture of the two.
Yeah, just mix it up.
So we thought, right, we're going to give this a go, aren't we? And see how it happens. So we don't think we've got enough money to retire completely. We'll retire for a bit.
So we're looking at semi-retiring, aren't we? We're looking about retiring from what we're doing now, getting out there, having some fun, having some adventures, and then coming back, probably, topping up our funds, and then heading off again. So, yeah. So early retirement for us, early retirement and van life.
Yeah. So the plan is, we've been watching lots of videos of people who've gone through Spain, and then we've also watched people who've gone through Spain and gone to Morocco.
Yeah, everybody
seems
seems
it's like a Shannon shuffle, isn't it? So we think we're getting winter this year. We're going to head down through Spain, mosey along the coast, and then probably go to Morocco. We don't know how long we're going to go to Morocco, so we're not going to book a ticket back. Are we going to have an open-ended ticket?
Yeah, because it's our first sort of big trip. I'd quite like a sort of defined time, but you want to leave it a bit more open, don't you?
Yeah, because if we're really enjoying it, why rush?
No, yeah.
As long as we've got like a month on
we're
the
not
other
under
side
any pressure then, are we?
Yeah. So that's the plan. So that's it. That's the bit where we could probably do with a bit of help, because it's the longest we'll ever have been in a van. So the van is run off gas and electric. So the fridge will run off 12 volts compressor fridge. The heating goes off the gas if you're not plugged in. It will go off electric if you're plugged in. But if we're out and about, we're going to struggle with the gas. So we're going to get a diesel heater fit.
Definitely want a diesel heater fit in to take the pressure off the gas. And I think we should be fine with the gas for cooking. So what will we have? We'll have two
6 kilograms Cala gas. So if we're using solar and batteries, and we've got 2 batteries, we didn't buy the one, we bought the 2 in the van that we're getting. So with the batteries, we think that we'll be all right with the fridge and stuff, even when we're off grid. Well, if we've got the diesel, we do need a bit of diesel heating at night, we can use that. So the gas would just be for cooking, we think.
Yeah, because the fridge should run off the 12 volt.
So if anybody's been away for 3 to 4 months, how much gas did you go through? Because, that's the only bit we've got, is a bit of gas panic.
Yeah, a bit of gas panic,
gas panic.
We'll always sort that out, I'm sure. We'll not starve.
And to be fair, it's so cheap. You don't eat in that much anyway. Although we do enjoy cooking and creating stuff in the van.
I like cooking in the van.
Yeah. So if you want to see how we get on with the van, what it's like, and what we're going to do in retirement, and what we get up to this year, or whether we just crash a bird and run off to work somewhere going, oh, I can't handle it. Yeah, I think we'll be all right, but it's scary.
Yeah, we'll be fine.
Scary.
It is scary, but it's really exciting. Yeah. And so we're looking at maybe October, heading off end of October-ish, so we can sort of get the most of the cold season.
So we'll catch you soon, won't we?
Yeah, we will.
Right. Bye-bye.
Bye.